everyone. Welcome to another edition of PowerCore Productions and Podcastings. And we have now come to the end of this week's Daily Double. 12 videos in 1 week. That is the most videos I have ever put out here on this channel. Not gonna lie, probably suffered for it in the algorithm because all my videos didn't get a lot of the number of views that they probably would have normally gotten, because I did post 2 times a day. Honestly, this is not something I'm going to do often because right now it's going on midnight and I am at the end of my rope. But I can't deny that I had a lot of fun doing this. It was really a challenge for me. Really just a challenge for myself, just to see if I could commit to the grind. Because at any point I could have just given up. I could have just not done it. But I really had a lot of fun doing this. Also, I really did need to catch up because, again, as you all know, we did start this whole saga like literally a month late. Like, we should literally be at the halfway point of the Spider-Verse right now, and we're not. And that's my fault. But still, I am glad that you all have stuck with me, that you all have been enjoying the content. And now we come to the end of the Daily Double with the video that we started the week with. It's only right that this be the series that closes us out for the weekend. But anyway, without further ado, let's get into today's video. So as always, sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. For the students at Shirogane Academy, summer vacation was just around the corner. Many of the students were getting their plans ready ahead of time for what they were going to do. After all, these were the years of youth. For many, they had dreams of summer adventure, of romance, and of passion. And for others, they were complicating things that they really didn't need to complicate. Shirogane, along with Ishigami, the two sitting together in their private area once again, as he had to think of just what he was going to do about the white tiger. Ishigami was intrigued but also jealous, seeing as how one of the few friends he had was now getting caught up in romance. He didn't really pay much attention to it as he ate his bag of Doritos and sipped on his Coke as he typed away at his computer, dealing out the final measures for the treasury. As far as I'm concerned, it's all just a waste of time, President. You could at least be a little more supportive, Shirogane would say. What? You're supposed to be a superhero. You get caught up in romance, and the next thing you know, your mind becomes clouded. You start thinking about her and only her, when you have lives to save and a city to protect. Come on, you're acting like heroes can't be heroes and have romance. It's impossible. Haven't you ever read a shonen or a comic from America? Don't you know how this situation always works? It's a death flag, man. I wouldn't get involved in it, especially with the girl you know nothing about. For all you know, she could be working with the black and the silver cat. They're all a bunch of cats, playing with you like you're nothing but a ball of yarn, or in your case, a ball of webbing. Oh, come on. She's actually been a pretty big help, although still, I have no idea where she came from. Actually, I have a clue. The origins of the white tiger stretch all the way back to South America, although there were said to be sightings of him in the United States, most specifically New York. Yeah, but isn't that the body of like a grown man? We're talking about a girl here. Who knows? Could be his daughter, or maybe some girl that was inspired by the white tiger and chose to carry on the moniker. Yeah, that could be right. But still, until I know fully about what's going on, at the very least, I should try to check things out. So you're actually going to go to the festival with her, doing like security and stuff? Well, it's not like I'm actually hired by the staff or by the city to do security, and I still have a life to live. I'm gonna see my own thing. Besides, at the very least, I want to see the fireworks. Shirogane would slowly blush to himself. He had plans of wanting to see the fireworks with Kaguya, but no, he couldn't let her figure out what he was trying to do. After all, love was war. This wasn't something that could just be handled lightly. No, he would bring it up casually in conversation. After all, this didn't have to be a date or anything. If he can get a way to get her to go with him to the festival indiscreetly, then that could be a win in his book. Of course, he wasn't the only one thinking this. Kaguya-Sama also had her sights set on wanting to see the fireworks. In fact, it was something she had dreamed about for a while now. She was hardly ever allowed to leave the house whenever it wasn't pertaining to business or anything that could quote-unquote benefit the family. Safe to say, the interactions between the two were rather cold and intense, and how they eventually agreed to go to the fireworks festival together, well, it was a lot more complicated than it ever needed to be. It started with the two of them having a conversation about seeing the fireworks, about listening to an old rumor about couples that go and see the fireworks end up being together for the rest of their lives. Of course, the two would play it off as if it was absolutely nothing. Mere rumors spread by children, nothing to be taken seriously. But still, though, there might be some students from the academy that are going, and it's best to go in the form of supervision. After all, they were the president and vice president of the student council after all, so it was up to them to make sure that whatever was going on, it would be appropriate and it would be up to the student body's measurements of conduct and of decorum. So, in a roundabout way of speaking, the two decided that maybe they could just go together, just to check things out. After all, they might be able to get some ideas for the school culture festival. Kaguya would agree to this. Deep down inside, she was jittering like a young girl, truly excited about the opportunity. However, her dreams would quickly be dashed away. An attendant of the family would catch wind of what Kaguya wanted to do, and she quickly stopped them. They had been keeping a close eye on Kaguya for a while now. The girl had been getting sloppy. A few times she would have almost been captured by the Spider-Man if it hadn't been for Ai Yasuka watching her back. The attendant, or rather the woman who served as the assistant to her father, would make her presence very known. "We've been watching you for a while, Kaguya, and I must say your father is very unimpressed. I've succeeded in every mission that I've had, and I'm raising the funds necessary. Ah yes, for your dreams to leave the family. Not many go down that road, and even for the ones that do, it's never an easy life. Buy your freedom, claim your portions of the inheritance right now, and be done away with the Shinomiya name, to be completely disowned and forgotten about. Is that truly what you want to do? Your father worries about you. My father only worries about himself. He will have the family name, the fortune, all of it belongs to him. And besides, knowing his own mindset, he could find an heir that's a lot more worthy and capable than I, but there is none. Whether you like it or not, Kaguya, in the end, you are not like other girls. No, you are not like other people. You never can be. Do you think after everything you've done, you can ever live a normal life? I guess this shouldn't be lost on you, but do you know that we're keeping score? Keeping score? Why, yes. What? You think that there's not going to be a tax that you have to pay as well? A tax? But you said 50 million. Yes, 50 million. But how much money of the families are you using every time you go out? Cat. Ah, yes. You go through a lot of expenses. I know the kitty likes the finer things in life, and I must say you do a very good job, but still, You'd think that you could just give money that you're already using. In the end, you haven't really earned that much of anything. And on top of that, you know why we make you do this. To buy my silence, Kaguya would say. Exactly. Should you ever go against the family, should you ever give us a reason to doubt you, we will expose who you are. And once you're confined, you know what happens next. What would your mother think? Before the woman could finish that sentence, she received a stern slap to the face from Kaguya. If you ever bring up my mother again, then you better be prepared to bury me under the jail because I will take your head off. That's what I like to see. That determination in your eyes. And with that determination, there's a job that you can do. You'll be going to the festival, but you won't be attending for your little school event. There's something we want you to do for us. What is it? This. She would be shown a picture of the item that she would need to steal. Because of the security during the festival, things are going to be rather loose. So because of that, if you can get your hands on it, it's just a diamond necklace. Yes, a diamond necklace worn by one of the members of the cabinet. I believe it would look well in your father's collection. And do yourself a favor. Try not to get caught, my dear. As she left the room, Kaguya would fall to her knees, silent tears trickling down her face as Yasuka would hold her. A cruel and twisted family, to say the least. A family where you must lie, cheat, steal, and sometimes much worse, just to gain your freedom. A freedom that is nothing more but an illusion. Kaguya would have no choice but to turn down going to the festival with Shirogane. Shirogane would actually be a bit heartbroken by this. If Kaguya wasn't going to go, then there was no reason for Miyuki Shirogane to go either. He might as well go with Spider-Man. The festival was attended by many people from common folk to higher-ups, and the members of the Japanese Governmental Council would be there. There was going to be a ball, if you will, a Met Gala. And here you would find many of fame and fortune, from those in the political aspects to those in higher levels of authority in other matters. You could say that this was just a breeding ground for thieves. As such, security was as airtight as it could be. After all, this was a place for those of fame and of fortune, and those of high status and standing, to be able to enjoy the festival and not be among the common folk. Kaguya decided that she wouldn't use the resources of her family for this. Instead, she was going to play it by ear, and she was going to go in alone, with Ai Yasuka helping her out in the process. Through this, though, attempting to steal the famed diamond necklace would be a lot easier said than done. Even while laying out the perfect plan, the perfect robbery, there are unforeseen circumstances, such as a camera catching you when you thought you were in a blind spot. Once the alarms went off, Kaguya knew that she had to escape. And when the alarms went off, it wasn't too far-fetched to believe that our favorite web-slinger would be close behind. While Ai Yasuka would buy her time to escape, Kaguya would take the chance, as she ran off as quickly as she could, darting through the people within the festival booths and among the crowd. Spider-Man would follow close behind the black cat. the two of them leading their chase to buildings far off in the distance, as they jumped to get as far away as they could. He was quickly closing in behind her. Yasuka was going to catch up as soon as she could, though, but she was distracted. Unfortunately, the white tiger had been on their trail, and she had her preoccupied. "So, it seems like you never take a day off, do you?" Shirogane, aka Spider-Man, would yell to the black cat. "And you never seem to give up. Look, I'm in a bad mood right now, so I really don't want to deal with you. You're in a bad mood, I'm in a bad mood too. So, why don't we just skip the foreplay and we just get down to business? Just like a man, always in a rush, can never enjoy the finer things in life. You show me something worth enjoying and maybe I'll give you the time. Like you'd ever have the chance." The two engaged in combat once more, their fight leading them to a display far off in the distance, a large monument of sorts. Throughout the fight, in the process of their battle, the monument would begin to fall, and in doing so, the crowd would start to disperse and leave, as Shirogane would have to use his webbing to try to hold up the large structure from crashing down onto the festival people down below. There was a young girl who was trapped underneath some rubble, and Shirogane wasn't sure how long he could hold on to the structure before it crashed. Kaguya was preparing to leave when she realized that the diamond necklace she had wanted to steal, it was far off on the other side of the building, potentially ready to fall off down to the depths below. She was about to go after it when she saw the child. She wanted to just leave it behind. She knew that Spider-Man could take care of it. He had done a lot more in a lot worse situations, but he was struggling. Even if he could hold up the building, he wasn't going to get there in time to save the girl. Time was running out. She had to make a decision. She would instead turn back, rushing down below and pulling the young girl from out under the rubble, putting her at safety as Shirogane could focus his full strength on keeping the large structure from crashing down below. While the people continued their escape, the black cat would also disappear as quickly as she could. By the time she came back, the diamonds were gone. She looked down to try to find them, to see if they had fallen into the crowds, into the streets of people, but she couldn't find them anywhere. She cursed herself. Why had she gotten so sentimental? But still, she saw that girl as she was joined by her mother. A faint smile washed over Kaguya's face. She didn't remember much about her mom. She remembered that she had a beautiful smile, a face that could light up the room. Even for the lifestyle that they lived, when her mother was around, everything seemed to be better. Things seemed to be more at peace. But now, there was none of that. How long could she live like this? How long? She attempted to escape, but her feet would be webbed to the rooftops. She was cornered. Spider-Man walking behind her. Why did you do it? What? You could have easily have taken the diamonds and left. Why did you come back and save the girl? Why is it any of your concern? Because why? You think that just because I steal that I don't have a conscience? That I don't know at least a little bit about right and wrong? If you really think that I would put someone else's life in jeopardy for what I do, you really don't know me at all. The only thing I know about you is that you are a criminal. I have every reason to bring you down. Well, now's your chance. You have me. And to be honest, I don't even want to run. Shirogane wasn't sure of what to believe in this moment. She didn't want to run? He could just bring her down. Right now. He could end all of this. What's really going on here? You went through all of this for a diamond necklace. It's not even worth that much. It's almost like you wanted to get caught. Well, maybe I do. Maybe I'm tired. Tired of what? Why do you do this? I don't expect you to understand, Spider-Man. But there's something I truly want in this world. Something that money, power, it can never give me. I don't do this because I like it, because I enjoy it. I do it because I need to. Are you being blackmailed? Is that it? I wouldn't go that far. I'm not so innocent. I know what I'm getting myself into. Then what? Why won't you just tell me? Why do you care? I don't know. I just... Save it. You got what you wanted. I'm all yours. You're going to take me in, and that's that. He wasn't sure of what to do. What could he do? He walked towards her. He reached down, and he freed her. What are you? Just this one time. I'm going to turn around. And the black cat got away, like she always does. What? Or I can haul you off. I'm not gonna ask you again. He turned his back to her. He figured 10 seconds was all she needed. Instead, he felt something. A kiss on his cheek. Even though his face was hidden by a red mask, if you had lifted it, you would find the face even redder. By the time he turned around again, the cat was gone. Thankfully, the damage wasn't too severe. There were no lives lost. Everyone was safe. The festival was allowed to resume, although everyone would be on a lot more high tense. As the people walked through the crowds, Shirogane would walk among them. Surprisingly enough, he bumped into someone. Kaguya? President! I thought you couldn't come here. Well, it's just, what father doesn't know won't hurt him. I see. I didn't know you had such a bad side. Oh, please, it's nothing like that. Well, since we're here, we can do what we started. At least what we planned out. Oh, seeing the fireworks? Yeah, you weren't hurt in that hole. Oh no, I was in a safe distance. I have to say, that Spider-Man is something else. Yeah, that black cat's really a piece of work. You think so? Well, I mean, she's a criminal after all, so it figures. Oh, I see. I guess you could never really love a criminal now, could you? I don't know. They have their moments. The two stood together as the fireworks went off above them. Multiple thoughts running through their mind. For Kaguya, why did she kiss Spider-Man? What even possessed her to do such a thing? No, she wanted the president. He was the only one for her. She could never fall in love with someone else, especially someone like him. And for Shirogane, why did he let her go? Had he made the right choice? He was supposed to be a hero. No one was above the law. Why did he free her? Was he actually feeling something? No. The only person he wanted the only person who he wanted to have them confess their love was Kaguya-Sama. As the two stole glances at one another, within their heart, they had to reaffirm their desires. For Shirogane, he would get Kaguya to confess her love for him. And the next time, he would bring the black cat down. And for Kaguya, she would gain her freedom, her right to choose. Her and the president would be together, and nothing, no hero was going to come between them. Although little did they know, they were being watched in more ways than one. You see, Ayasuka had managed to get the white tiger off of her trail, but when the white tiger went to try and find the web hero, what she saw was something entirely different. She took out her camera to record what was happening. She saw Spider-Man freeing the black cat. She saw the kiss and the turning of the back. He let her go? She thought. What if everything she thought was a lie? Was Spider-Man really working with the black cat? She had to get to the bottom of this. She would uncover the truth. Either Spider-Man was the hero that everyone believed he could be, or he was truly a menace. And if she had to bring him down, then so be it. The results for this season, Spider-Man and Black Cat, ? Kaguya Shirogane, winners and losers. If you want to find out what happens next, if you want to be a winner, then come back for Season 2. This concludes Kaguya-Sama, Love is War, Queen of Thieves. What if Shirogane was Spider-Man? Season 1, Part 4, the Season 1 finale. As always, if you enjoyed today's video and everything else that we have to offer, then please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share, and hit that bell for post notifications so you can stay up to date on everything that is PowerCore Productions and Podcastings that has to come out now and in the future. Stay tuned for Monday's video as we continue Kaguya-Sama, Love is War, What if Shirogane was Spider-Man, Queen of Thieves, with Season 2, Part 1. But anyway, that's going to do it for the end of today's video, and that's going to do it for this week's dose of the Daily Double. I'm Javon Harrington with PowerCore Productions and Podcasting signing off, and I'll see you next time.